Hello everybody. Right, before I start the main topic of this video, I want to address a comment that I received yesterday on my review of Pink Floyd The Wall. I'm not going to say the name of the user because I'm not an imbecile, although I wasn't particularly happy about the comment that I received. I'm not going to give out this username, because if I do, I'm concerned that people may go after this person. So, I'm out of respect. I'm not saying the name of the user because I'm not an imbecile. But the comment was, and I quote, "presented by a potato in a sauna." Fuck does that mean? Like, if you're commenting on the lighting in this room, I'm assuming that's what you mean by sauna. Well, I'm sorry if the lighting in here isn't perfect. I personally can't help that. I mean, yeah, I could draw the curtains, turn the light on, but then I'm gonna look slightly blurred, pixelated. So it's not really perfect either way. And the potato comment, I'm assuming me. Mate, I have a full head of hair. I may have really short hair, but I'm not bald, I have a full head of hair. You see that? You see it? Of course you can. And this comment wasn't even related to the topic of the video, so do you honestly think I'm going to take your comment seriously, mate? All I can do is laugh at you. You expect me to actually take that seriously, mate? You're a joke. You really are a joke. But whoever you. So don't think that you've actually hurt my feelings, because all you've done is actually make me laugh. So fuck you. So anyway, on to the topic of the video. I'm now reviewing Pink Floyd's 15th and final studio album, The Endless River, released in November 2014. So this came 20 years after The Division Bell. And most of this album is literally just leftovers of stuff from the Division Bell sessions, which didn't make it onto the album. And yeah, this album was made as a tribute to Richard Wright, who passed away in 2008. Yeah, 2008. So this album was made as a tribute to him. So it does feature some of his keyboard parts, because he of course was there during the Division Bell sessions. But yeah, David Gilmour and Nick Mason got together, and then they put together these these tracks. So yeah, I appreciate what they were trying to do with this album, but the album, it's grown on me just a little bit, but I've never been too keen on this album. I personally do think it could have been better, because this album is mainly just an instrumental album. There's only one song on this album to have vocals on it, lyrics. The rest of it is just instrumental. I mean, yeah, all the Pink Floyd albums had at least one instrumental per album, but to do a whole album of instrumentals, that's not really my cup of tea. So we'll go through the tracks. So it's technically a double album. If you buy it on vinyl, it's a double album. On CD, it's a single album. But yeah, it starts with Things Left Unsaid. It's What We Do, Ebb and Flow, Some, Skins, Unsung, Anacina, The Lost Art of Conversation, On Noodle Street, Night Lights, Alonzi. There's a track on here called Alonzi, which kind of makes me think of Doctor Who. You know, David Tennant. You know, that was the 10th Doctor's catchphrase. So yeah, I like that track mainly for its title because it's called Alonzi. You know how much I love Doctor Who, and David Tennant is my favourite Doctor. Autumn '68, Alonzi Part 2, so it's a 2-part song. Talking Hawking, which actually features Stephen Hawking's voice on here, so that's actually a pretty cool track. And Calling, Eyes to Pearl, Surfacing, and then it ends with Louder Than Words, which is the only song on here that has vocals on it. It's sung by David Gilmour. It's quite a nice song, actually. I think it's probably my favourite track on here. The other tracks on here, they're not bad, they're decent. But, you know, I think it would have been a lot better if they could have actually recorded some vocals on them. But that's just me, you know. You know, I think it's just too instrumental, you know. You know, I would have liked to have gotten more vocals on this album, rather than just have one song with vocals and then the rest instrumental. It could have done with more vocals, in my opinion, but it's just an alright album. It's decent enough. You know, it's a mixed bag for sure, and I do appreciate what David and Nick were trying to do. So I'll give this album, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I think that's a fair rating. And that concludes my Pink Floyd reviews now. Don't know what band I'm going to cover next. Considering Queen or Deep Purple. Don't know yet. It might be Queen because I have all their albums. And Deep Purple, I've only got some of their albums, and I've heard some of them, but I haven't actually heard all of them. But Queen, obviously, I've heard all their albums, so I might do Queen next. I don't know. It won't be straight away though. I'm actually going to be taking a break from these album reviews to do, because there's other videos I want to do as well. So, but I hope you've enjoyed these Pink Floyd reviews. I certainly have. So, yeah, I'll see you in my next video, whatever that's going to be. Take care.